Welcome to CLIC Connect. I'm your host, Craig Sullivan, and today it is a great privilege to welcome my friend, Mr. Bill Hall, Senior Vice President, Development, Radisson Hotel Group of the Americas. Bill is known as being over 25-year veteran of the industry. He has launched brands. He has repositioned hotels. He has built teams. He has done it all. Bill, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
Thanks, Craig. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Very good, thank you.
Good.
So, Bill, let's get right into this. Yeah, 2020 was a trying year for everybody. Most people were on a pause. You guys have had some growth. You want to talk about what happened in 2020 to Radisson Hotel Group of the Americas and, your new team and all of that, please?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it was really kind of interesting, the timing around it all. When really the height of the pandemic, when everything shut down last March, mid-March, was literally the week that our new CEO, our current CEO, Jim Alderman, started. In fact, his first executive order was to close the corporate office. Because again, it was, if you go back to that mid-March, that's when, we were kind of hitting the height of what's going on and everything was shutting down. So that was what Jim came into and, navigated through it and made, we as a company made all the appropriate changes that we needed to do at the corporate level and travel and in the hotels to protect our guests and so on. And as we passed through and then got into the summer and things started to loosen up a bit, Jim rebuilt the development team. And he brought on a gentleman named Phil Hugh, who also I believe you know very well, Craig. He's been in the business as you mentioned earlier a long time. We worked together previously, and he built the development team. And starting in August, and we got together and spent some time together in Minneapolis, training and so on with the folks that were new to the company. And then we hit the road and went out there and found that while there was not a lot at all happening, to include the development front, of course, for the time between mid-March until, let's call it the mid-end of August till we started hitting the road, there were folks that were re-engaging right away. They might have had put projects on hold. Some, of course, were abandoned, but to our surprise, many folks were still wanting to engage and move forward. And as we began to do that, then we, of course, doing what it is we do, we found new projects and started to work on those, and we strengthened the company even further. We brought on a new gentleman, Will Wilds, in design, and as we're now starting to think about what are we going to look like, what are our brands going to look like, evolving with the wants and needs of customers post-pandemic. And then most recently, we added a new chief legal counsel, Tanya Taylor, who has a lot of experience in the industry. And it's a good thing because we are processing a lot of applications and a lot of deals and strengthens our contract admin department. So there was a lot going on, frankly. We were growing as an organization.
That's quite an evolution. And let's talk about that a little bit. Let's give the audience a little bit more detail on all of your brands, if you would, please. And, these new, applications coming in and going through the review process. Great news. I love hearing that, especially with you guys. Mm-hmm. So, let's get into this evolution a little bit, please.
Yeah, well, we again we're looking at our brands. Radisson Core, of course, has been around for many years, and we've been seeing more increased interest in that. We have Country Inn and Suites. We have Radisson Red, Radisson Blue, Radisson Individuals, which is our soft brand, and our other brands, Park and that. We're really evaluating where they're again going to play currently, but really post-pandemic. And we took a step forward as an organization, and we just recently created and showcased our Americas by having Radisson Hotels Americas. Right. And we're still part of the Radisson Hotel Group, which of course is in Africa and Europe and Asia and the Middle East and so on. But the Radisson Hotels Americas organization, it allows us, and by the way, it's not just the continental United States, it's also Canada, it's the Caribbean Basin, it's Latin America. And it allows us to showcase our hotels in a more focused way in the Americas here for consumers, of course, but also for developers, for owners, franchisees, and provides an opportunity for us to also strengthen, the social media channels and so on and so forth, and strengthen our safeguarding of customer data. Not that it wasn't strong before, it always has been, but it creates an opportunity for us to strengthen that even further, if you will.
Bill, can you focus in and tell us about your growth in California specifically, please?
Yeah, we've had a good footprint over the years in California, right from Northern California through Central California, Southern California. But again, to include this past year, we've seen a lot of interest and have had a lot of conversations with folks, through all of our brands. Country Inn & Suites, we have the largest footprint there, and then Radisson Core is kind of right there with it.
Right.
But there's been a lot of interest in our Radisson Blue, which is our upper upscale full service brand, and Radisson Red, which is upscale select service. And there's been a lot of conversations, a lot of interest, and also in our individuals, which is our soft brand, connected to Radisson. And what surprises me even further about that, although these brands lend themselves to that, is the interest in new construction. There is conversion opportunities, of course, and there is repurposing of existing buildings that aren't hotels at all today. But the new construction environment, the conversations and the interest we have, and it's across the country, but I have to tell you, in California, there seems to be it's one of the markets that there seems to be more of that going on.
Love it.
And again, it's not just, say, Southern California. It's Southern, it's Central, it's Northern California. It's pretty much all over the state, which is a real pleasant surprise for us, particularly in those brands, because they're kind of unique in their own way, as they should be.
Absolutely. And I love that you've got this definition for all of them. You've got your Country Inn & Suites, you've got Radisson, you've got Radisson Red, Radisson Blue, and individual. And I think you're individual. I love the soft brands, but yeah, I stay at your hotels, every opportunity that I get.
Thank you.
And I do with all the brands. It's always part of the research.
Sure, I understand.
But I got to tell you, I come in and out of your hotels in particular, and I don't have any buyer's remorse when I walk from my car or get out of my Uber and get into the lobby. And I'm really looking forward to a Radisson individual in Southern California that I can drive to and see how that celebrates the community that it's in. Because I think that's really the upside with the soft brands. My friend, we are out of time. You've got an open invitation to come back anytime. We've got so many more questions for you. Shameless plug. How can everybody get a hold of you?
Let me talk about our new website. As I talked about Radisson Americas, it's www.radissonhotelsamericas.com. And if you want to get me, it's bill.hall, that's with an A, H-A-L-L, radissonhotelsamericas.com as well. And look forward to talking to anybody that's got an interest. And, we have a lot going on. We have great brands. They're very consistent. And we're in growth mode. We're accelerating.
Absolutely. I love it, my friend. And thank you, Bill, for joining us today. And I want to thank you, our audience, for being part of the show. Remember to subscribe and ring the bell on our YouTube channel. You can follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Remember, be kind, share your knowledge, go be amazing.